So I had like all these different brands, right? 5 label names: Sushi Raw Ultra Digital, Zamunda Records, etc., etc. And I decided that I would just turn all these labels into one label, which is Sushi Raw first. In terms of music, I had Angel CD for that you're listening right now. Angel CD for hip hop instrumental, kizomba instrumentals. I had Monsieur de Shada for everything Afro house. Jana Mari for everything house, deep house, electronic music. Davagani for everything. Davagani was more for synthwave, outrun. Diamantero for everything that was Amapiano, Afro house, kuduro, stuff like that. Electronic music, but on the African side. And I think that's it. And yeah, Jana Mari. And I decided to turn everything into 3 brands. So Kaysha, of course, Angel CD for everything. So everything that would be Davagani would turn Angel CD. So I had to change all the CD covers for everything from all these brands. So change the names in every CD cover. CD cover, but covers. And then change the name, the metadata in every store. So I had to go name by name, find all the songs in all the compilations and do it. So I start with a smaller one that I only had like 20 releases. That was Davagani. I turned everything into Angel CD2. So let me go on Spotify to show you what it does. So as you see on Spotify, right now we're listening to Angel CD, but we're listening to my Club Shada Lo-Fi Hip Hop playlist. So all these instrumentals are instrumentals that I did during the last 20 years that you're listening to. And so Angel CD used to really be only for hip hop instrumentals, but now it also has my kizomba instrumentals, but it also has all my. So I have all these albums that I released as a Angel CD, but I also have everything that came out from Davagani. So to give you an example, what do I have from Davagani? So for example, all these tracks: Benji Price, Rockstar, the Synthwave EP, all these used to be Davagani, and now everything is named under Angel CD. So now when I'm gonna do Angel CD albums, I'm gonna be able to have a little more stuff in there. So when it comes to Monsieur de Shada, it was a little more complicated because the other 2 brands are huge. I started in Jana Mari. I think I released my first vinyl as Jana Mari in 1999. So it was really house music, and I have a ton of products. So Jana Mari is the last one I'm doing. So Jana Mari. So I have 2 albums called Ibiza 2017 and Ibiza 2015. It's only house music. And I have a bunch of singles that I've released between 2003 and now. So of course everything is in the process of being turned into Monsieur de Shada. So because of I have a brand called Shadaware, people call me Mr. Shada. And I have a show called Club Shada. It makes more sense to take the Jana Mari brand and the Diamantero brand. So Diamantero was my Afro house stuff. There you go. And turn all that music into. So it's still there. A few songs are still there. A few singles are still here. So you see, there's only 5 now, but there used to be a lot more because the transition of all this music is now being done. So this everywhere you see Diamantero is gonna turn into Monsieur de Shada now. So if you can see, if we go to Monsieur de Shada, there you go. Now this is where I'm gonna have everything, house music, Afro house, Afro tech, Amapiano, Nkam, everything that has everything over 100 BPM more or less. Even the reggaeton stuff, everything is gonna be in there with this name. So I'm gonna have 6 albums, because I used to have 2 albums. So I used to have this album, Avocado Sweet, and Baobabs and Bottle of Wines, that 2 albums that I released in 2015. But now I got the 2 albums from Diamantero that now changed. The covers are not changed yet. Hey, why is this doing this color? Okay, anyway. So these albums are, oh no, wait, it's doing this. Give me a second. There you go. Yeah, so I was saying, so you have like, for example, Lavish Life, which is one of my albums. That it's still, the cover will change. So, you know, it takes like 2-3 weeks to change everything. But you have all these covers will change and be named to Monsieur de Shada. Monsieur de Shada. So you see the name of the songs. Everything is now Monsieur de Shada. And I also, you know, use the occasion to correct a few names, change a few names, change the names of a few albums. So I have these 2 albums that used to be from Diamantero, but now they are albums of Monsieur de Shada. So even the Amapiano stuff, everything was under the name Diamantero. Everything is now becoming Monsieur de Shada. So the good thing is now Monsieur de Shada is getting a huge catalog, because in terms of discography, now I have 4 albums. When all the Janamari stuff becomes also Monsieur de Shada, I will have 6 albums. I will have 1 Calm album, 1 Amapiano album, 2 Afro House albums, and 2 Deep House albums. So I will have 6 albums. And actually, once the whole retrieving of everything is finished, I will take everything and we'll do sessions, listening sessions of those albums, for people to also discover this side of me. And it's nice that everything is now in one place. So you see, I have a lot of singles, some of them that you know. And now look, all these singles are now part of the same artist. So that's beautiful. So it goes from Good Life 2005, which is one of the African Club's most famous track. So it goes from Good Life 2005 until tracks that I released in 2021. And when Janamari arrived, this will also go up to 1999, I think. So all the things I've been doing on the side as I was doing Kaysha. So for me, that's beautiful. It really, because sometimes, you know, I'm like, oh, I have to do an instrumental album, and I'm like, okay, which name I'm doing? Now I'm gonna be able to just say, okay, I want to do a hip hop album, hip hop with Kizomba beats, Angel City. I want to go on a more African side, Afro house and deep house and house music. It's gonna be Monsieur de Shada. So for a little while, I was torn between my 2 brands. I was like, I love Diamantero as a brand, but at the same time, Monsieur de Shada makes more sense. So that's why I took that one. So hot. And yeah, so the next album will be named as an homage to the nickname of Monsieur de Shada, will be Diamantero Mazel Tov, because some people call me like that in the studio. So the next name of my album number 7 now is gonna be Diamantero Mazel Tov. So I can't wait for to have everybody listen to everything. So yeah, rebranding on the way, and I can't wait to make you listen to all the music that comes with it. Monsieur de Shada, all these albums, I can't wait to have you listen to them. And that's gonna be great. And I'm gonna start working on my 7th album as Monsieur de Shada, including a few of the songs that came out already, like Bougie Love, Zanzibar. And now, yeah, look, my top 10 changed already. You know, I have a lot of songs from from Diamantero that are now becoming my top songs as Monsieur de Shada. And my monthly listeners was 2,000. It's already 4,000, and it's gonna go up as all the plays and all the statistic from Diamantero, which had like 12,000 monthly listeners. All these people, because they listen in playlists, most of them, all these people are now gonna come to Monsieur de Shada, and hopefully those who are looking for Diamantero will find Monsieur de Shada. I'm not worried about that, because I believe that it's early and it's better to do it now than have problems later. I also, under this name, or maybe Angel City, I will see, maybe under both names, I'm also going to release, have to sign a contract with Trace TV. I'm going to release all the music I did for the Trace TV channels, because for those who don't know, I did the dressing. I don't know if it's dressing, but habillage sonore in French. So I did all the music that played between all these little jingles that you hear between music videos for Trace TV. I did this 3 years ago. So all this music, I also had in my deal, asked the possibility to release them in my thing. So yeah, this is Monsieur de Shada for you. And if we look a little bit at the audience, the plays of, for example, if you look at Diamantero, for example, you can see that in terms of listenership, it used to be around like 1,000 streams per day, and then it just dropped completely here. See, it just went. So this is when all the songs from the Diamantero turned into, on April 12th, so that's like last week, they start turning all the tracks to Monsieur de Shada. So it doesn't mean that the tracks are not playing anymore. It just means that the name has changed. So this will probably go to 0 at a point, because I'm gonna now start tracking the rest of the music here and move it. So you see, all these songs, I have to find it where they are and ask them to move them to Monsieur de Shada. And if I go to Monsieur de Shada, you will see the audience. You see, I was just having 100 plays, and on April 11, boom, I went up to 600 plays per day. So it means that this thing will go to 12,000-13,000 soon. And by the time all the Janamari music, because there's a lot of music from Janamari arrive in there, I will go up to 15,000-20,000 listeners, and I will go from there and start working on those brands for them to arrive at the level of Kaysha. So yeah, that's very exciting for me. It's something that took a lot of time. It took me 4 nights of finding all the music and having all the ISRCs, the UPCs, and asking for the platforms to change the metadata of all these tracks. So yeah, great things in terms of stream. You see 100 stream per day, and all of a sudden almost 1,000. So this will, yeah, so that's cool. In terms of music, you see now my top has Harlem Popo, the Club Shada Générique, is now my number 1 track. But if you look at the music from Janamari, you will realize that actually I have tracks here that are also big, like those deep house remixes of Passion Fruit and Shape of You. Those covers, they have a lot of plays. So it's gonna be very interesting when all these music, so let me see how much you see. So when all these music goes also to Monsieur de Shada, that's when it's gonna be interesting to see the top songs. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. I also took the time as I was doing this. I changed the name of this album. This album called Ibiza 2017. I changed the name to, I think, Ibiza in Bikinis, and I changed the cover. I that's the beauty of today. You can change the covers, you can change the name of the songs if you want. You can add stuff that you forgot. You can add the name of producers. There's a lot of things. So these days I'm really doing this, and at the same time working on my NFT, new NFT collection. Actually, 2 new NFT collections. So yeah, that's beautiful. And it's interesting to also look at under other names. Like, for example, under these names, it's very interesting to look at who's listening to me and where. How many songs are going into playlists? So I got 300 songs per month going into playlists, and where are people listening to? You know, more guys, and where? You see, in the US, I'm bigger, UK, Brazil, Netherlands. And now if you take the consolidated Monsieur de Shada of everything, you look at the audience and you realize that, again, the US, UK, France, Netherlands, South Africa, Germany. So that's a great consolidation of all these brands. So yeah, it's cool. I'm really happy about the consolidation of all my brands under the Monsieur de Shada. And at a point I was asking myself, should I also move Angel City to Monsieur de Shada? But then I was like, that's too much. Like, from house music to hip hop to, like, that was a little bit too much. So I was like, nah, listen, I'm keeping Angel City for chill music, hip hop music, and then I'm keeping everything that is house, etc. on one side. So because maybe that would be too much. So maybe in the future I will put everything under Monsieur de Shada, and now we'll have like probably 14 albums all of a sudden. But yeah, I can't wait to have some listening session with all you guys of all that music.